The final session was in March 1978. Stuart mentioned, we're going to be playing in Bristol, why don't you come along? They were on stage at this really extraordinary place, the Locarno Ballroom. So I photographed them kind of pre-gig, during the gig and post-gig. The dressing rooms were kind of pretty basic, there wasn't much light. For the technically minded, I used Kodak recording film, which is actually a police surveillance film. That was the film that had enough sensitivity to kind of not get them all blurry. This is actually preceded by a few shots. The preceding shots show what was happening prior to this. Basically, Sting had grabbed Andy's hair and had kind of pulled him down with his hair, quite sadistically, I have to say. And Andy was basically recovering from this when Sting let go, and they thought it was a good laugh. On stage, I think I used Ilford HP5, which was the one I always used to use, so those shots were a lot sharper. Well, I have to say, I thought they were very good. Clearly, they were a band with a lot of confidence. That's them on stage at the Locarno. What a background, what a fantastic background. That must have been there for 10 years, at least. At this point, they'd obviously really got to know each other quite well. I mean, they were a team and they were going to make it, and that was all there was to it, really. I quite like those shots as well because they have a slight similarity to the ones in the basement. A sort of nerdy remark is that I used a 24mm lens for a lot of them. It gives a kind of dynamism and you feel close to the people you're photographing because you are physically quite close. I think it's the pre-gig shot where Sting's swilling from a can of lager. That's one of my favourite shots, actually. I'd known Stuart for a long time by then. I mean, I'd known him for 10 years. It was kind of like you can just relax, you're like a kind of mate, and that just works so much better than if you just walk into a room and meet people for the first time and it's like, you're the photographer and they're kind of like posing. The better you get to know people, the more relaxed they are, the less they notice you, and that makes a huge difference, actually.